Hey, this is Steve, gadget review expert. We're going to do a review tonight of Merit's iPhone 6 4.7 inch waterproof case. They claim it's waterproof down to 6 and change feet, which is 2 meters. Dust proof, snow proof, sand proof. They say it completely seals the phone. So we're going to go ahead and try it out, see what happens. I actually did a review earlier on the Note. I did a similar review on the Note 4. You have to see that whole review, and there were some issues I had with it. I wrote to the company. So we're going to go ahead and try it out on the iPhone and see if the same issues are here. So I'm going to unbox this bad boy. So this is the case, and again, this is again on the other one is there's the little stop. There's a checklist, and the biggest thing I'm going to stress on these cases is anything that's waterproof or claims to be waterproof, you you must soak test these. And soak testing means is that you're going to close this case up as you would a phone, right? You're going to make sure all the seals are good, and you're going to close this case up, and then you're going to put it in water, you know, a little bit of water in your sink, and then put a dish on top of it or cup and let it stay there for about a half hour underwater. You might even want to go so far as to put a paper towel on the inside of it, so after you pull it out and you dry off the outside, when you open it up you can determine if there's any moisture on the inside, and that should help you feel safe before you actually place this on your very expensive phone. So the other big thing on these is you want to make sure, big thing is that in this phone there's a rubber gasket that runs around. That's obviously a huge component of the phone, of the case, keeping it waterproof. So you want to make sure and visually look, and there's a little tool that comes in here. You want to go ahead and just make sure that, you know, that rubber O-ring is completely flush on the phone, okay? And then in here you can see there's real rubber, every outlet on the phone, okay, you know, every control, camera, everything is all rubber gasketed, okay, so you can kind of just visually look at those of rubber membranes here. So where the speaker is, so you want to just keep look at everything and make sure it looks good to you before you trust this or trust your phone in the case, okay? It does come with a microfiber cloth. It does come with an audio jack that you have to screw in, and I'll demonstrate that in a minute. And it does come with a wrist strap. And then again, the one on the Note 4 looks similar to this with the wrist strap on. And then this little tool right here is a removal tool. It makes removing the case later. You can put that on the keychain. The instruction book is here. It's actually pretty well written. The instruction book is it has all the tips. It's in English, and there's Chinese there if you speak Chinese. The instructions there. It explains how to water test it too. There's actually some pretty specific instructions on how to water test it, and checking the O-ring, and then how to put it on and how to take it off. So please familiarize yourself with the instructions before you mess with a very expensive device. So I have a microfiber cloth to clean that up first. Careful to manhandle. When you manhandle these, try not to touch the inside, because it really sucks when you get fingerprints on here and fingerprints on here. And if you're like me, it drives you crazy. So I'm trying to make it look nice and really simple. Just go ahead and lay the phone in here, and again there's rubber that holds the phone into place like this. So basically the phone's actually in there pretty well. Okay, and then you can take the phone, make sure this little door is down, and then actually you're going to start pairing up the case. There we go. You hear it snapping in. It's locking pretty well. There we go. Okay. There's your jar. This is your door for your lightning recharging cable, and there's rubber in here as well. So you want to make sure for sure before you do anything that's snapped into place. And that's the case. It's on there. It's pretty. It feels solid. It doesn't have any. It's very there's no matte finish to this, so it is kind of slick. You can see the camera and the flash cutouts are here, and then this has a film on it. The speaker has a film. The volume controls are pretty stiff, and there's your mute button switch here. It's actually a switch, which I'm not sure how it works. We'll figure that out afterwards. And then your microphone grill is right there. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to pause the video just for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and test this out, see how it sounds, and then I'll leave you some final reviews. And actually, before we do that, let's do this. Let's go ahead and test out. So on the here, again, this is things that you need to make sure. When you put these on and you're going to use this near water, make sure that these pieces, all these ports, again, this little door right here, you want to make sure it's on there pretty good. We'll try that after, but you want to make sure that the speaker part here goes in, and then there's a rubber O-ring. You want to make sure that's in place, and this has to be screwed down tightly, and that screws in pretty easily. Again, make sure it's on there good, because that's what you want, that O-ring to seal in, and then you're going to go ahead and plug in your headphones right to this. Okay, so that maintains the water tight. And this one up pretty well. I had a problem with the Note 4 case earlier, not getting that part into the case. So, and then I'm going to play with this door too and find out why it's on there pretty. Again, this is the first time I put it on. There it goes. So it's on there pretty well. So I mean, again, once you use it a couple times, it should open up a lot easier. Okay. So that's the case. Again, this is from Merit. I will put my comments down. I'm not going to do the water test on camera, but I'm going to do it afterwards, and then I'll put my observations in the write-up that I do that accompanies all my videos. I think they're $30 on Amazon, these cases, compared to some of the other cases that you can get that offer similar quality or are a lot more expensive. So, I mean, if it works well, then I think it's a good deal. I'm always leery of putting my devices near water, but if you have to be near water and you want some protection, this could be a good device. But I will definitely post my observations. Again, all my reviews are unbiased, so I want to make sure that it works. If it says it works, it should work. And then the touch functionality works fine on the actual case here. It does leave fingerprints. It's hard to see in the light, but this plastic will leave fingerprints real easily. So make sure you keep it clean if that's the thing that bugs you. Anyway, I'm Steve from Gadget Review Experts. Any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.